Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone is having a great day. Just wanted to check in, make sure everybody's doing all right. New month, new goals. Now what? Okay, so as you come on in, feel free to say hello, say where you're watching from, what are you doing during this time at home. Think about what you might be able to start doing if you've been thinking about something that you've been wanting to start, but just for whatever reason never had the time or focus to get started. This is the time to get things in action. Start planning and producing what you need to produce so you can start promoting ASAP. So I just wanted to make sure I'm touching bases with you each week. So all of this month, I will pop on and touch bases with you guys each week. See what questions you might have, providing support that I might be able to give you in your endeavors. Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick check on my sound and make sure that everybody can see and hear me and all that good stuff. Like I said, as you come in, don't be shy. Say hello. It's okay. On my sound. Okay. So I hear myself and I can see myself, so I'm good. Uh, Let me know. Maybe some of you are already working on something and now you are moving forward with what you started maybe a month ago or 2 months ago, what have you. So definitely let me know what's up, what's on your mind, and how I might be able to help you along with that. Okay. So, one of the things that I hear or questions that I get often is, I would say, I say my number one question that I get often is, how do I pick an idea? Okay. So, if that's you, raise your hand if you are struggling with picking an idea, whether it be for a book topic or an online course topic or a side hustle business you want to start, whatever it may be, you're just struggling with picking a topic. Okay. So that's probably the hardest thing, kind of narrowing down. Some people have a whole bunch of ideas. Some people just have, like, hey, this is what I want to share with the world. I just want to get started with this or what have you. But a lot of people definitely have, so many ideas. It's hard for them to hone in on one, just pick one. So that's something that you definitely want to, you know, take some time and I would say do a pros and cons. That's probably your easiest way to get things started. Do your pros and cons, the pros of your ideas, the things that you might be able to monetize with that idea. For example, when I became an author in 2016, I went from being an author to creating courses to offering coaching in my business. So things like that. So sometimes there's a natural progression to where if I had, let's say, all these ideas of, oh, I want to be an entrepreneur, an author, and this and that, it kind of flows into itself as time progresses, as you learn and evolve and morph into different things. Then those opportunities to express yourself and do other ideas that you have in your head kind of, it's a natural progression. Okay, so it doesn't mean you have to like cut out, let's say you got 5 good ideas, doesn't mean you have to cut out all 5 ideas. You're just starting with one. Okay, that's it. For me, I knew I wanted to do, I'm an educator. For those of you who don't know, I'm Kathy Michelle. I've been an educator for over 25 years, and I coach aspiring authors and educators who want to become, entrepreneurs and create a side hustle or want to create online classes or write books and publish them on Amazon. So that's my business, my coaching business. So I knew, over 10 years ago that I wanted to have a business, something that I could do outside of the classroom. I had no idea, 10 years later, it would turn into this, but it progressed into that. I just knew that I had to use some skills, find something that I was good at, something that I knew I could monetize. And that's what created the force, the motivation to move into being an entrepreneur. Once I realized, oh, I can do this, then it eased itself into becoming the author. And then that eased itself into creating online classes for people to purchase. And then it eased into let me coach other people how to do the same thing. Okay. So start with what you know, plain and simple. Always start with what you know. Okay. So if you know how to build an airplane, if you know how to do people's hair, okay, start with that. All right. And think about the things that you've done. So if you've done, let's say, real estate in the past, or you've done modeling or something in the past, that's something that you can teach other people. Either it's with an ebook, or it's with online courses, or if it's a side business, coaching and being a mentor to someone. Okay, you see how all that kind of follows through, but you're starting with what you know. You're not busting out and learning how to code games on a computer, and then a month later you become a guru on that. No, it's going to take more than a month for you to master that skill. Maybe a year or two later, after you have taken that time to become an expert on it, then that's something that you can share and move on and do that with. But there's no way you're going to start a whole new hobby or start a whole new project that you've never done and then expect you to be an expert on that in a real short amount of time. Okay. So go with something that you already know. Okay. Something that you've already done. Another thing, go with what people are asking you to do or asking you about. Like I mentioned, people always ask me about, oh, how do I pick an idea? How do I narrow down an idea? Okay. So I created an online course for that. Okay. I listened to what people were asking me about and I created an online course for that. Or people were asking me about, publishing books. After I went through being an author for the last 4 years, 4 years, then I decided, okay, let me create an online course teaching people how to do it. I didn't do it after publishing one book. I did it after I published 6 books now. So it's like I said, it's not something like, oh, you learn it and then you sell it. No, give yourself some time to become an expert on it, learn the ins and out of it, and then you can write your ebook and then you can create your online courses. Okay. So just a few takeaways. I don't want to be on here too long, but if you have questions and you're watching the replay, whether it be here on Facebook or IG or wherever you're watching it, you can always put your questions in the comments and I'll be happy to answer those later when I check the feed. But I just want to make sure I'm popping in and answering any questions that you might have about creating online courses, creating ebooks and publishing them on Amazon, starting a side hustle business, doing something so that you are productive during this time. Okay. It's the beginning of the month. This is the perfect time to challenge yourself to have something done by the end of this month. It's like this is the first of the month. All right, start planning out. Okay, here's what I'm going to get done by the end of the week. Here's what I'm going to get done in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And then by the time you get to the end of the month, you're like, oh gosh, look at all these things I've done. Okay, but you have to plan. That's the big deal. Plan, plan, plan. Stay on it. Stay motivated. If you need help, got questions, send me a message. There's always a way to send me an instant message, a DM, what have you, so I can help you along with this process. Okay? So I will be checking back in with you guys next week to see how you're doing and starting something that you want to get done right now, whether it be writing that book or creating that online class or starting a side business. Okay. All right. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.